This Framer component shouldn't be free, but it is, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get it and implement it on your Framer site without writing any code. My name is Nandi, this is Framer University, and let's get started. Okay, so I want to make this video really quick. It's going to have two main parts. First I'm going to talk about the inspiration, and then I will also talk about how to use it. Within that part, we're going to talk about how to get it, and then how to customize it, and I'm going to also talk about a few things to look out for when using this component on your page or website or whatever. So without any further ado, let's jump into the first part of this video and talk about the inspiration, which is really simple. So if we go to this page, designspells.com, we can find this digital badge and lanyard for virtual attendees of a Vercels conference. So this is just an inspiration item on Design Spells. I also saw it on the live Vercels site when it was live, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I don't know when they had this design exactly, but it was for some sort of conference. So of course it's no longer live on their website to the best of my knowledge, but yeah, this was the inspiration. And I was like, yeah, we have to do something like this in Framer. So yeah, Framer users can also add such cool interactive lanyard to their websites. So yeah, shout out to Vercels. It's a pretty cool little interaction component, whatever. How can we make this in Framer? How can we add this into our Framer sites? Well, first of all, we have to go to the Framer.University website. If you don't know it already, Framer.University is the go-to site for any Framer user. So if you don't have this on your bookmarks, you should have it. Have it on your bookmarks and visit it daily. As you can see, this just got posted 44 minutes ago. So every day a new resource drops. Cool resources, loaders, components, scroll animations, and interactive lanyard components. Pretty cool, right? You can search it, interactive lanyard component. And what you can do with this is you can just copy it to your clipboard and then paste it into whatever project that you're working with. And then, yeah, how to customize it, that would be the next question, right? So let's talk about that. So you can see here I am in this project. You're gonna also find this as a remix in the description, but actually here, if you click remix, you're gonna get this project as well. So you decide where you want to click, but again, it's gonna be also in the description. If you remix the project, you come to the left and then click starter. You're gonna see the same thing that I'm seeing here, and you can start messing around alongside with me. But I'm gonna go to the tutorial page just to keep the starter clean for you. Now here you can see a couple of things in this project. We have a little hero section as an example, and then we have the component itself here on the left. So as you can see, it is just a component on the canvas. So if you go here, copy it and paste it into Framer, this is what you're going to see, of course, with different like image and colors and whatever, because you can fully customize it on the right panel. So you just select your component here, and on the right, you can customize everything. So let's say I will change the card to a different color. Now, of course, you cannot see it because the front image is set, as you can see here. But if I clear it, you can see that now we have this color for the card. So we can have white, we can have whatever we want to have. But as soon as this front image here on the right is uploaded, of course, that will be on top of the color. So the color will no longer be visible. But when this flips around and the back image is not uploaded, then this color will be visible on the back side of the card. Of course, in this case, I wanted to make sure that the card is darker because the design itself as well is dark. So if it like flips around, it didn't really flip. So let me, okay, yeah, that was a little, okay, there you go. You can see it's just black, it's just dark on the back side, and on the front we have the image. We also have this little clip color here, which is basically this part. You can see I can make this red, but of course I don't want it to look weird, so I'm not gonna make it red. But actually something like blue or something like this wouldn't look too bad. But yeah, I just prefer some sort of like dark color here as well. We can also set the background which you don't really need. I think you kind of want to just make it see-through, so you see like your hero section or whatever is behind the component. And then everything else is just pretty self-explanatory, so you can change the interactivity. So either you want to drag it or make it draggable or not make it draggable. You can also change where it is coming in from, so from the left, from the right, from the top, or from the bottom. The bottom is it just means that it's not gonna like fall into view. But yeah, then gravity and distance and lighting is just kind of like just, you know, used for like tweaking how this looks in like 3D space with everything. I prefer the settings that we have currently, so I wouldn't really recommend playing around too much with that, or at least just keep a copy of these settings because I think these work really well. But yeah, of course, if you want to mess around with it, you can do that. Once we, you know, took a look at the properties, we can then say, okay, Nandi, I'm good. I understand, but how do I change the image? Well, you can just simply design it here in Framer. That's why Framer is good. It's not just a website builder. It's literally a design tool. You can draw frames here and then you design your card image and then you export it as an image and upload it to your component. So as you can see here, my example was designed here. As you can see, everything is just a Framer element. So I can click in here and like change the text if I wanted to, or I can also change the name. So I don't want to like spend too much time on like designing something really like custom for this video. So I'm going to just simply change the name if I can grab that layer, and it seems like I cannot really do that. So it will probably be a few minutes. Oh my god, where it is. This is it. It was logged. So I can write something or some here, and then basically that's it. Then we click the frame itself, and then on the right panel we can just simply export it as an image. Really important that you don't really have this export option if you're using the browser version of Framer. So just make sure to download the desktop app. It's better either way. Like, who is using apps in browsers? It was always weird to me. But yeah, everyone has their preference. But yeah, just download the desktop app if you want to export this. And then you click export. Well, we're going to do that really quickly. Okay. So we have this exported, and then we come here, select the component, and on the right panel, we can change the front image to this image that we exported. And you're going to see that the name changes to Sam here. Perfect. And this is, you know, super simple to do it. You can also do this exact same thing with the string, which will be uploaded here on the string image. It can also be just a simple color, but essentially it will just define the design of the string. So yeah, pretty cool. Now let's talk about how to like add it to your hero section or your website, and then what is the thing that you have to look out for. So I'm gonna comment an X here, or maybe just comment an C to copy it, and then I'm gonna paste it within this hero section. So I'm gonna come here on the left layers panel, hero, and press Command and V. Now I have to set it to absolute positioning so I can freely position it anywhere, as you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it to the bottom and left, and then I'm going to deactivate these pins here. Maybe I can activate the right one just to make it a little bit like wider, because I don't want it to like be in the like complete center, because then it might, you know, touch the text here a little bit on the left, if that makes sense. So I'll just extend it to the right just slightly. And then just to make sure that the height is nicely adapting to the viewport, I'll set the height to viewport height and make it a little bit larger, like 120 or something like this. So now with this setup, it will nicely be responsive. No matter the screen size or whatever, it's nicely there. However, there's a small issue. As you can see, it's set to interactive on the right panel, but as I go into preview and I want to drag it, I just cannot drag it. I'm dragging and it's like selecting text here. Why is it doing that? Here I can drag it, but here I cannot drag it. Well, the problem is that this element here, which is on top of the of this like lanyard is blocking our click and our drag. So this large frame here. So any frames that you have on top of it will block you from interacting with the element. And you could ask, okay, now then just put this on top, right? So set the lanyard to larger z-index. I can do that, set the z-index to 5 and the content will be like z-index 3. So now, yeah, indeed, I can grab this pretty good. I can move it anywhere and it's over the text. But the problem is that now I cannot click the buttons. So now the lanyard is blocking everything that is below it. Not really cool. So what I found is that we cannot really make it work in a way that it is over the content, so it's over the text, because there's just no way to then make this clickable. Because if we make the lanyard and set it to pointer events none, it just doesn't work. So what we are doing is we're basically setting the z-index back to a smaller value, so it's behind. And then the way we make sure that here this part is not blocked is by setting this here, this content, to pointer events none. Now this makes this whole thing not interactable, so we can interact with layers below it, which is the card. As you can see, I can nicely grab it. But now again, I cannot click these buttons. So now what I do is I go within the content frame and select all the elements that I want to be interactable, that I want to be able to click. So for example, mainly these buttons. If you want to be able to select the text, you can also select those. In this case, I might only need the buttons. So I select this frame of the buttons, and on the right, I go to pointer events and I set it here to auto. So what we have is a content frame, this large thing, which is set to pointer events none. It's not interactable and everything within is not interactable. However, I set this little frame here to pointer events auto, so only that little element within is interactable and nicely clickable. So I can drag here, perfect, but I can also click these little buttons, which is perfect. So yeah, this is kind of the only thing that you have to look out for when using this component. And yeah, I really do hope that it will help you make your sites look great and exciting. So yeah, make sure to also check out Framer University for other cool components, resources, tutorials, and like Framer stuff. And also let me know if you have any questions about this down in the description, or maybe in the comments. That might be a better place to ask questions. So yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure to like it, subscribe for more, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.